Okay, so it is approximately 10:32 a.m. Monday, January 25th. The coroner called me back this morning and left a message to get back to her. So I'm going to proceed calling back the phone number she called me from, which was 225-647-8511. Alright. Commencing call.
Thank you for calling St. Elizabeth Physicians. Please hold for the next available representative.
For more about our services and programs, please visit www.
St. Elizabeth Physicians? That's strange. Alright, what number did she tell me to call her back at? Let us check the voicemail.
First skipped message. Hey, Mrs. Wolf, this is Dr. Merchant returning your call. Needing some Comfortis and some Timrol P. Deleted. End of new messages. Check erased messages. Press 1, 9. Listen. Press 1. Send. Press 2. Check receipt. Press 3. Personal options. Press 4. Disconnect. Press star. First saved message.
Hey, Caitlin, this is your friend Jed. It's been a while since we talked. I've been thinking about you, and
Okay, that is not the call. It was the one after that.
I love you, and give me a call back when you get a chance. Take care.
End of message. Delete. Press 7. Save. Press 9. More options. Press 0. Resave. Good morning. I'm sorry. Good morning, Caitlin. This is Lynn with the Ascension Parish Coroner's Office. If you can please return my call to 225-743-2680. It is Monday morning around 8:17. Thank you. Again, it's 225-743-2680. Thank you. End of message. Delete. Press 7. Save. Press 9. More options. Press 0. Replay message. Press 4. Envelope. Good morning. I'm sorry. Good morning, Caitlin. This is Lynn with the Ascension Parish Coroner's Office. If you can please return my call to 225-743-2680. It is Monday morning around 8:17. Thank you. Again, it's 225-743-2680. Thank you. End of message. Delete. Press 7. Resave. End of messages. Check erase.
Okay, so apparently that's the number I'm supposed to call. Because she had called, I was calling back the number that showed up on my caller ID when she had called this morning at 8:16 a.m. So let me call back the 743 number. And that is 225-743-2680.
Thank you for calling. Please leave your name, number, and a brief message, and we'll return your call as soon as possible. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Pardon me, still recovering from laryngitis. Hi, Lynn, this is Caitlin Wolf. I'm returning your call from, I apologize, I missed your call this morning around 8 a.m. In regards to the Roger Calvin Looper coroner report and autopsy photos and things of that nature. Please give me a call back at your earliest convenience. I would greatly appreciate it. My number is 225-304-3274. It is approximately 10:37 a.m. on January 25th, 2016. I look forward to hearing you. Thank you. Have a good day, Lynn. Okay, I got her voicemail. Waiting for return call. Call ended 10:37 a.m. Message left on Lynn's voicemail. Alright, it is now 10:39 a.m. on January 25th, the day before my sister's birthday, 2016. I'm about to call the Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office and speak to Teddy Gonzalez's secretary and find out why I have not heard back about setting up a meeting with Teddy Gonzalez. He has been ducking and dodging me like no other. So let's figure this out. The number we're calling is 225-621-8300. Again, this is to Detective Staff Sergeant Teddy Gonzalez, who is the lead detective on my case.
The Central Dispatch Center for the Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office, the cities of Gonzales and Donaldsonville, and the town of Sorrento. Please listen carefully to the following options. To report a police, fire, or medical emergency, or to file a police report, press 1. For the Ascension Parish Jail, press 2. For the Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office, Department Directory, press 3. For the Gonzales Police Department Business Office, press 4. For the Sorrento Town Hall, press 5.
I press 0 for operator.
Central Dispatch, Deputy Kerner.
Yes, ma'am. How do I reach the detective's office?
Hold a second.
Okay.
Hi. Sheriff, I remind you, governor, that Northwest and a sheriff Donnelly membership program was handled on a
Hello?
Hello?
Yes. Is this the detective's office?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, hi. My name is Caitlin Wolf. Pardon me for my laryngitis. This is not how I normally sound. Yes, ma'am. I have been trying for the past couple weeks now to get Teddy Gonzalez at least on the phone so I can set up a meeting with him. It is very imperative to a case that he is assigned to, and I just don't know what other way to try to do this.
I think when I spoke to you last week, he said he did submit the order to another division that we have, so it's not really him doing the copies or whatever you needed.
No, it's not that. It's I already took the ball and ran with that. I called Faces myself, who identified his body, then and I'm in touch with the coroner's office, and I'm getting it directly from them because based on Louisiana state statute, law, and code, I'm entitled to all of that. So
that's fine.
Yes.
You want me to transfer you to his number? Because he's not at his desk. They're in a meeting in the conference room.
I'm trying to get a meeting with him. That's all.
Well, he has to set up the meeting with you.
And
I cannot set up his appointment.
I agree, and he's avoiding my calls. So one or two things are going to happen is I'll just show up. And last time I showed up on the detective's floor 10 years ago, it was not good for any of them. They did not like hearing the stuff that was coming out of my mouth. So please give him a private message and tell him this can be private, or I can shoot my mouth off just like I did 10 years ago on the second floor. And
okay.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Will you take my number? She didn't want my number. Let us call back. calling back. She forgot to take my number. Let's see.
You have reached the Central Dispatch Center for the Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office, the cities of Gonzales and Donaldsonville, and the town of Sorrento. Please listen carefully to the following options. To report a police, fire, or medical emergency, or to file a police report, press 1. For the Ascension Parish Jail, press 2. For the Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office, Department Directory, press 3. For the Gonzales Police Department Business Office, press 4.
You know what? I'm done with the games. I'm going up there today. I'm going up there. Forget it. I'm done with the games. Done going through these people hanging up on me. She just hung up on me without taking my number or anything like that. So, I'm going up there. If I die, or they start coming after me, it started January 25th, 2016, around 11 a.m. Record. Corner is calling me back. Hang on, right? Hello?
Hey, Caitlin.
Yes.
Hey, this is Lynn with the coroner's office.
Hi, Lynn. How are you this Monday morning?
I did receive the file. We did handle that case, and I do have that file.
Okay.
What I would need you to do is just put in a request for public records. Put in a request for the public records and state exactly what you need. Like if you need the faces report, then just state in there that you put in a public request for the faces report.
Yeah, just kind of put in there specifically what I'm looking for. Does it also have the autopsy photos and crime scene photos in there?
No.
The coroner doesn't have the autopsy photos?
We got an autopsy from my file was not done on him.
Wait.
We have the positive identification.
Yes.
But for my files, an autopsy was not done. We do have the faces stuff where they did the positive identification.
Okay. Okay then. Now the my public request or what have you. Do I bring that to you or do that through the courts?
You bring it to me.
Okay. Is that something that you guys have that I can just come fill out?
No, you have to send me the request. It's just, you need to just go online.
Yes.
In Word or somewhere, just type up, saying you're, submitting a public records request for the positive identification or whatever you're requesting on Roger Lupa, and how, the reason you want this and, how you relate it to the case.
I'm the surviving victim. He murdered my sister.
Correct. I remember you telling me that, but you still didn't know who was.
Yeah, for official reasons, I do understand that. And just another question. The photos of the body. I'm not going to say that there are or aren't because I've dealt with cases that they are in there and they aren't in there.
I do not have photos of the body.
You do?
I do not.
Oh, you do not?
I do not have photos of the body.
That's extremely odd. Why is that?
Law enforcement may have those.
Okay.
But law enforcement does not always usually does not release photos to me, to us, the coroner's office.
That's odd. You guys kind of got to. Okay, never mind. I will just proceed with what I know right now.
And usually, if we, if in this case, like I said, I do not even have an autopsy report on it. We do have the positive identification from faces. We have a letter in there stating yes, that they have positively identified him. But as far as
but there's no autopsy report.
As far as his body, we don't have it.
And why is that?
I was not working here in this office at that time.
I understand that. Would there be anyone there that would be able to better answer that question?
I look at his file. No. Like I said, law enforcement, we do not always get photos. Even cases we do now, if law enforcement takes those.
I'm referencing the autopsy report.
I'm sorry?
I'm referencing the autopsy report. I'm aware. I'm in contact with Ted Gonzalez and all them to get the photos. He's put in the request to have all this stuff copied and stuff in the file and everything. That's very disconcerting. That there was no autopsy, and I was wondering, I know that you don't know why, but like I said,
I mean, it's possible. I don't know how long his body was missing.
I do 1 year and 1 month.
That could be if it was a year, that could be why the autopsy wasn't done. Maybe possibly there was just.
His clothes were still on him.
Oh Lord.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That is the information I was quote unquote told, but I'm coming to find this information as being less than reputable. So hence why I'm gathering all of my information and everything like this. This is a very personal matter for me, as you can understand.
Oh yes, definitely. But like I said, I do have the faces paper where they, the report where they did positively identify him. I do have that.
But like I said, may I speak to somebody that could better have information on why there would not be a coroner report or an autopsy report or an autopsy even done, for that matter?
Yeah, I can see if Dr. Fresh will give you a call. Now I can get him the chart. I mean, you want to speak to him, or let me see who handled this case, matter of fact. Hold on.
Okay.
It looks like they just sent him to Faces Lab.
Yes, I do understand that, but my profession, I cover a lot of these things as well. So it is extremely strange and unlikely to not have had an autopsy done, especially in the condition that the body was said to have been in when it was pulled, when the fisherman pulled it from the lake the river in Modeste.
Right. And I do understand what you're saying. And I will find out what coroner handled this and see why an autopsy was not done on him.
May I speak to Dr. Fresh, please?
Yeah, I definitely will leave him the chart and leave your number for him to call you.
He's not available to speak right now?
Not right now. He's seeing patients right now.
Oh, okay, I understand.
He's just getting into the office and he's seeing, his patients in the practice right now.
Yeah, it's Monday.
Right.
It's Monday. I totally understand that. Okay, yes, if you could please leave my number. It's 225-3... Oh, you have my number. You called me a couple times.
Yeah. And I will, definitely put this on his desk and let him know why you want to speak to him.
All right, thank you so much, Lynn. I appreciate
it.
All right,
bye-bye.
Bye. That concluded the call at 11:27 a.m. Apparently, all they have is the identification from the Faces Lab. That's basically what Lynn just said. The Faces Lab is the forensic identification department of LSU of Louisiana State University. And for some reason, an intact body that was involved in a murder and an attempted murder that was sent to the coroner an autopsy was not performed on it. Again, a body that they're claiming is Roger Looper, and again, that they're claiming was fully clothed when they found it a year and 1 month later. The unbelievable saga continues, and next will probably be Ascension Parish Sheriff's office. And I will be waiting to hear back from Dr. What was his name? Dr. Fresh on any reasoning why a autopsy may not be done, especially under those circumstances, especially to even determine when the body went in the water, which would have been one of the most important things surrounding this case. All right, concluded at 11:29 a.m. Monday, January 25th, 2016. I've been trying to set up a meeting with you to discuss several things that are in the reports, and the lack of autopsy. That's still blowing my mind.
The what?
The lack of autopsy and and everything. I mean, you guys told me that he's dead, but I've never seen a body or any proof of it. And they're just bones? There was no body? That's not what you guys told me. That is not what...
There was a decomposed body.
Oh, really? Now, oh, wow. I am so glad I recorded the first time you guys told me about his death. Wow, no, because I don't remember if it was you or which officers told me and my friend Gary, who remembers it as well. You guys told me what clothes he was wearing, that he still had his clothes on, his shoes, and you got the whatever detective said specifically when they came upon the scene of a body being found by the fisherman gentleman in Modeste, when they saw his spiky blonde hair sticking from the scalp, is when he said he had his first inkling that it was Roger Looper. Now, how does it go from a body that contains hair and clothing that you guys told me, which I'm aware of because I'm still alive from that night, I know what he was wearing, to now it being bones? Not
bones. It was decomposed.
Yeah, but wouldn't the clothes be gone?
Not necessarily.
That's what you guys told me then, too, when I asked that question. That's good. Well, are the pictures there? Okay. Another question. Trey Everstein. Why did you guys pull someone over that was suspected in a murder and let him drive himself to the sheriff's department?
I'm not going to get into...
You have to. You're the lead detective. You're required to, and I'm still a living victim, and I'm requesting a meeting with you.
Okay.
When's convenient for you?
I have to sit here and answer all these questions.
You do, because you're a detective. You're a detective, and I'm the survivor. You do.
That's right. And the suspect in your case is dead.
No, then I'm not asking about Roger. I'm asking about the reports. Trey Everstein is very much alive and an accomplice.
I'm not going to sit here and go through what I'm going to do.
You're required to.
What somebody else is going to do on a traffic stop, and what decisions they make at that time to have somebody sit here and play Monday morning quarterback 5-6 years later down the road.
That is quite offensive, first of all. That is beyond offensive.
Quite offensive when you call up here and you leave voicemails with our secretaries telling them that somebody better call you back, and you better not have to be able to come up here on the second floor.
Yes, I was actually about to head up there in an hour. That's correct. You should call people back that are requesting meetings with you, especially if you have nothing to hide. What are you hiding, Teddy?
From you, the only voicemail I got from you is requesting the photographs. I'll forward that information to our personnel.
Correct, and then you got another message on my phone call to your secretary when she was the one that told me about that, because I didn't even know if you'd even gotten that message. You didn't tell me. So you used your secretary as a mediator to go between, as if for some reason you can't talk to me.
You have my number?
Correct, and you don't call me back. I called, and she had to go. I was like, I'm not sure if he got this message. I have your number. Do you have mine, Teddy?
Sure do. I had to look for it.
Then, I leave it every time on the voicemail. And you released these.
Okay, so you want the picture, so
let me finish my sentence. You released these police reports to me, and they are fraught with lies that you guys told me. And Trey Everstein is a living co-conspirator to murder, admitted in the dang police reports to your office. And he is still walking around. That was not a traffic stop, sir. You and I both know that. And that is offensive to even suggest such a thing, especially when he said that he knowingly and willingly drove the truck to the residence when he knew that Roger was going to shoot us. Now you tell me why he...
Nothing like that in my statement that he drove.
Not your statement, his statement. His Trey Everstein's statement. And it's sad that you don't remember it because you guys took the reports. And they're in my hands.
You know how many reports I've worked since 2009 5, 6, 7.
Then this is why a meeting would help, wouldn't it? Because there is a co-conspirator still running around, and I'm going to sue him civilly, and that'll pull you into court.
That's fine.
I need a meeting with you, Teddy.
I'll pass that on to my...
To your what? You're the lead detective on the... Nope, you were the lead detective on the case. You won't let anyone else access this case.
Do what now?
You won't let anyone else access this case.
Hell, you have it?
I'm talking about anybody else in the department to deal with it. If you would have, like you said before, they would have called me like you said they were going to, which never happened.
No, the person that I forwarded that information to was Kyle Gotro, who would provide the last documentation for you. However, since that time, he has since resigned from the department to go work for a new department, and he's no longer handling that stuff since he is no longer here. I forward your information through to our captain.
Why are you forwarding my information? You're staff sergeant. You're the lead detective on my case. Why are you forwarding my information? What are you so afraid of? I'm a freaking living victim. That's all. I'm not the killer, Teddy. You're a cop, and I'm a victim.
I do not have the authority to release the photographs.
I'm talking about a meeting, Teddy. I'm not talking about photographs. I'm talking about a meeting. And authority to release photographs, you don't need the authority. I have the authority to receive them. Check the statute.
Within our department to give that authorization for the release.
You don't need authorization. I have a right to.
Then you can take that up with my supervision.
Wait. First you said you can't release the photos, then you said you put in a request form. Teddy, do you not want to have a meeting with me because you can't keep your story straight, especially when I'm going to have the reports in front of you?
My phone calls with you are all recorded.
So are mine. For quality and victim assurance. So are mine, Teddy. I'm glad that we will both have the same recordings to compare so you don't edit anything out.
I can't edit anything out.
Okay. Of course you can't, Teddy. Of course you can't. Anyways, on to the matter at hand. Let me just lower my voice here, get a more professional tone, because this is personal to me, and you're speaking very dismissively of it, and I just need to speak to you on a professional level and not as anything else. So, I'm calling to set up a meeting with you to discuss very glowing and disturbing discrepancies, especially being lied to in my hospital bed about Trey Everstein's involvement. Pardon me, let me finish my sentence. Excuse me, let me...
Somebody bring us to the bathroom? The guy in there? Thank you.
Okay. So, to this...
I will give Lieutenant Moody, who was the supervisor over the case, and he and I will come up with some dates and times and so forth. And we can come up with some time that's convenient for all three of us to sit down and meet.
That is...
As far as the pictures, what pictures are you wanting that you do not have, so that I can get the approval, so that once you come through...
I don't have any pictures. I don't have any pictures. The coroner doesn't even have any pictures, or did an autopsy, or anything.
Okay, so you have none of the pictures at all crime scene?
Nope.
There was no autopsy.
I know, which I'm going to the coroner's office with that, because that's another disturbing factor, considering his body was found with clothing still on it and a cadaver that was autopsyable. But again, that's my case with them. And it wasn't 6 or 7 years ago. I'll remind you, my sister's birthday is tomorrow, and the 10-year anniversary is February 5th. And it may have been so many years ago for you, that's fine. But please be sensitive to the fact that my bullet holes will be here forever, okay? And my sister will never come back. Photographs, and I need a sit-down and appropriate and professional discussion with you guys on some very disturbing discrepancies between the official narrative, or between the narrative that I was fed and what's in the actual reports from the actual people. And that is law enforcement and Trey Everstein specifically, and really more specifically Trey Everstein and the officer that had, the one that had told you that he had met with Elena an hour earlier, and she had even told him that her boyfriend was trying to kill her, and how and all that other stuff. But that gentleman, when he showed up, I told him the same thing, and to get a hold of that cop, that my sister has spoken to a cop, and it's just ironic that he was the one that after she left him, Roger got called somehow to the house, that she went and spoke to the cops, and she's dead, I'm shot up, and then that one cop with his lights off shows up to a confirmed shooting. Now, the police officers in my family have informed me a lot about some different stuff, so I'm going to have some very poignant questions, and I appreciate some sensitivity, because you guys got to remember, I am a human, alright? I'm not trying to attack you. There's no Monday night quarterback, because I'm telling you, only stupid people watch sports, and my behavioral science degree backs that up. If you guys want to be entertained, distracted by that kind of crap and not by real stuff, that's on everybody else's body. I'm just speaking on mine and what has happened to me, and I would appreciate the respect of being a survivor and a victim, still, 10 years later, having to deal with this. Because, trust me, I do not want to be dealing with this 10 years later. I'm the last person that wants to be dealing with this. These problems arose, and these questions came up when I went through my publisher while I was in the process of my book. So, that's all. And, yes, I would appreciate it if you and Sergeant Booty got together and got back to me. I'm pretty flexible with dates and times and stuff, so it's pretty much basically whatever works out best for you guys, and afternoons work better for me due to my anxiety.
Alright. So I'll get with them and I'll pass their request up as far as the photographs. Any other documentation that you don't have that you would like to get?
No, actually, the documentation, whomever got it, I don't know if you had got it. That
was forwarded to my supervision and up to the chain of command, and they designated somebody to release whatever information it is that you have. So I have no idea what you have and what you do not have. And
see, I apologize. Here's where my, let me just previously apologize for my attitude. Because, don't, Teddy, whatever, damn it, Teddy. Okay, let me previously...
I've just got a few other things going on at the same time, so...
I understand, but I really need your focus on this with me, please. It literally is for my own sanity. It just is. And, like I said, I apologize for my attitude earlier, because that's what...
That's the same here.
And here's where I was confused. Again, apologize. I apologize. Here's where I was confused, because I thought you had went and copied the different reports. I thought you knew what was said in them and then gave them to me. I apologize. I'm going at you for something that you don't even know what I'm talking about and happened 10 years ago. Apologies once again.
Apologies, something.
Okay.
I'm trying to find out what do you have and from what you can figure out, what don't you have?
Okay. I can tell you what I have. Okay. I know that it's like a big, gigantic file, but I don't really need anything else thus far. I haven't even read all the reports. I got 2 or 3 pages in and was like, what in the world? Like, I didn't even read it. I had to have a legal friend of mine read it to me, because I needed them to skip over the actual crime scene parts that you had described. I have your...
I can tell you right now, one of the things, I think it was Lieutenant Bill Taylor who responded to the residents. Is that correct?
Let me tell you. I will tell you in 1 sec. I'm looking at your report because, wait, hang on. Let me see. There's one that followed Trey. Hang on. Oh crap! There's you describing the scene. Yes. It was Detective Bill Taylor was in the residence. That is page 3 in your report. Okay. Alright.
Hold on, give me 1 second.
Alright, sorry.
Okay. I can explain to you the thing with Bill Taylor, with why he wasn't going to the house with lights and sirens and everything else, blaring and blazing and everything else. reported that the shooter was on scene. It does not mean that he wasn't running with lights on. Given that time of the night, the roadways were pretty much what congested as they would be during the middle of the day, during a lunchtime, okay?
Actually, they weren't. It was 11:24 on a Sunday night, and the roads were very clear.
11:47 that they received the call, p.m. So he is able to maneuver and to get through quickly, okay?
Yeah, correct.
Now, we're not going to give, we have the potential of a shooter being on scene.
Yes.
We're not going to go in there with sirens blaring and...
You're not going to send one. You never send one.
I'm sorry?
You never send one. You got a potential shooter on scene, you pull up the lights off, and he jumped right out of his car. You never send one to a confirmed shooting. Never. Unless...
You know what? That's the thing about us. If there's somebody and there's an active shooter on scene, and once we get there, that person's going to do what he feels is best, regardless of his own safety, to try to stop that shooter, whether he's...
But that's completely against protocol. That's completely against protocol, and the backup was not on their way. Because I was...
Oh, yeah, he was.
I was... 25 minutes... You guys were 5 miles... She lived 5 miles from the Ascension Sheriff's office. I laid on that floor for 25 minutes. I was lucid conscious. I have the time.
We don't sit at the courthouse and wait on calls to come out.
Well, I would hope not, but I would think an active shooter and a murder thing and stuff, that just 5 miles from the Ascension Sheriff.
The courthouse is inside the city limits, so we're not going to be sitting at the courthouse waiting. We're going to be out on the street.
Easy.
Where we should be.
Wait, exactly, which means you don't have to, like, run from anywhere you're at or jump in your car. No, you guys aren't 20... No cop. There was only one cop there for 25 minutes. The ambulance was even held off. A first responder showed up, and when I was telling him verbally, because the cop... Did not, I said...
You got to make sure that the shooter and that the scene is safe for medical personnel to come in.
It wasn't even safe for the cop, obviously, with a shooter on scene.
Well, what are we going to do? We're gonna get there and just...
You're going to have a bunch more people out there telling him to get out with his hands up, or you're going to open fire or something. One cop doesn't show up to confirm shooting.
Unless you've been in the training that we've been in, unless you respond to the kind of training, to the scenes that we got.
Where do you think I'm getting the information from, Teddy? Teddy, do you think I'm getting this information from nowhere? I know what to tell you. They're called black bag cops. I know exactly what to tell you, Teddy, and I know what should have happened, and that's the unfortunate thing. And I know that I told him that Roger left in my sister's Nissan Altima. I know that he talked into his shoulder in the microphone and told them to go after a red F-250. I know that I said nothing about a red F-250. I said Nissan. I know that nothing was said about my sister's Nissan being gone until Detective... on page 2, until Lieutenant Mayo advised you that he learned that Looper may, not definitely, left in Elena's vehicle, because not only me, but the woman whose house I ran to, Valerie Chapman, it was confirmed to the other cop that he left in her car. He sent cops after the red F-250.
They're still gathering information as they get on the scene, and they're giving...
No, he was staying above me. I'm on the floor telling him, Roger Looper shot me and my sister. He left in a silver Nissan Altima.
And then you're speaking to the wrong person.
A cop? A cop? I was talking to the wrong person. A cop? He was the only one that showed up, unfortunately. He was the only one that showed up, Teddy.
Who?
Detective Bill Taylor. He was the only one that showed up. For 25 flipping minutes. I didn't see one cop, another one, pull up until the ambulance, until I was being loaded into the ambulance.
Well, exactly. You're laying on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay,
And you know the other cop was standing by the front door, watching out the entire time to see if he saw anything. It was nothing. There was no backup. One cop car pulled up as I was being loaded in. I was lucid and conscious, tell you, the whole time. Someone must have failed to tell you that.
And let's kind of go back to this. You got one deputy that pulls up on the scene who risks his life to get out and make sure the shooter's still not there.
Which was
confirmed, which was Bill Taylor. Once it is confirmed confirmed that that shooter has left that scene, explain to me why we would need to send 2, 3, 4, 5 more deputies to that scene when they could be out searching for that person who just fled from the scene.
Because you have a crime scene and one dead body.
That's fine. You need
pardon me, can I answer your question? Can I answer you asked your question, can I answer it?
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I'm being professional about this. I'm trying to keep my emotions out of it. I know this was an emotional thing, and it still is. Because Elena was laying in the next house. He did not know whether she was dead or alive. Because there was 2 crime scenes now, where I was at and where it happens. Why would the best word to put into your question is, why wouldn't there be people showing up, and why wouldn't he actually call in the vehicle that the shooter was actually in?
You're gonna have to ask him that question.
You're right.
Or what he told you.
You're right.
So I don't know.
You don't know that? All right.
I don't know what you told him. I'm just going by the information that I had that was in the report. Apparently, he, as a deputy at the time, knew that his supervisors were on the way as well.
How would he know that? I heard everything that came through his thing.
The other patrol, if they got an active shooter, the supervisors, they don't have to say, I'm coming. We know they're going. Okay? Or a major scene or something of that nature.
Then y'all sent one cop in there to potentially get shot. You guys don't do that. You protect yourselves, not the citizens. I'm not stupid.
Well, if that's what you want to believe.
Sir, I've gotten a master's since you last saw me, and I know a lot more about a lot more different stuff. I'm not a 21-year-old idiot anymore.
I'll tell you what, until you strap on that badge, you go and you respond, you get out there and see what we actually did. You can sit through however many classes you want to sit through. It's some little college, and I don't really care, because I'm going to tell you, those professors that teach in that class surely hasn't put a badge on before, surely hasn't done the things that we've done before.
Well, I can tell you one thing, that the people that are advising me still currently wear badges. Yes, they do, and they're a lot higher badges than yours.
Well, they need to get from behind the desk.
They need to get behind...
they need to get from behind the desk and
they're not,
get their feet on the ground.
You didn't hear me. Much higher than yours. Not even in some sort of local government department stuff.
No, you talking about feds? Okay.
Yeah, I don't care about all that bureaucracy. What I'm telling you.
Yeah, I don't either.
Why do you have such an attitude, Teddy? I asked you for Teddy. I asked you for respect as a survivor, and you were the detective.
It does not matter what answer I give you. It's not going to satisfy you. It's not going to please you.
Teddy, I'm not here to be pleased. I'm not here to be pleased. You don't have to please me.
We can have our meeting.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you, no matter what answer you're given, it's not going to satisfy you.
Teddy, I don't need you to satisfy me. I just need you to answer it. That's all.
I've answered it, but you're not going to be happy with any answer that you're given.
I'm not happy with this entire situation. It's not about my happiness.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to be, because it's not about my happiness. It's all it is, this meeting is going to be about, is me asking the questions that I pre-have already to convince that I don't have some sort of attitude such as yourself, so that I can get my questions answered. I don't care how you answer them. I don't care if you lie. I don't care if you tell the truth. I don't care if you water shit down. I don't care. The only thing I care about is that you answer my questions. Your answers, your answers. I know, but your answers to the questions, funnily enough, which you don't understand yet, are irrelevant. You just have to answer them.
Okay.
So, like I said, and since it would probably be a good thing to get Bill Taylor in there as well, if possible, to get all those schedules to match up, all 3 of those schedules.
I'll pass it on through the chain. You can, if you want to, you can send a formal request.
Are you really gonna, why are you acting so? Why are you even acting this way towards the victim?
I can already see where this is going. That no matter what kind of meeting we're gonna have or whatever.
You just don't like my questions, Teddy. You just don't like my questions.
It doesn't matter what answers we give you.
You just have to answer them.
You're not going to be satisfied with answers you get.
I'm not looking for satisfaction from you guys. Never have been.
You're just looking to be be argumentative with everything that was done, and I'm not going to sit here.
Do you honestly think that I want to argue with you about anything about this? Do you think I would argue with anybody? Are you serious? Teddy, take six bullets and then tell me how you would feel and how you would respond to it. Until then, don't say anything like that. That's ridiculous. That is just outright ridiculous. That I just sit here and want to argue about one of the worst things that happened in my life. That I don't have an actual means to an end to this, which I do. You're only part of it because you were there. That's it. I'm not looking for satisfaction from you. I'll never get satisfaction from law enforcement. I don't care. I don't follow the blue code. I don't play blue code. You just have to answer the questions in the meeting. Don't care how you answer them. Just answer them. That's it. And then okay, good. And then so get a hold of Sergeant or Detective Booty or whatever and pass this along. When can I expect to hear back from you about a scheduled appointment date?
I have no idea.
Like I said, within the next week. I need a time frame.
That should be fine.
Do what?
That should be about right.
Within the next week? Okay. Sounds good. All right. Look forward to hearing back from you, Teddy.
Not a problem.
Bye. That concluded the absolutely narcissistic call with Staff Sergeant Teddy Gonzalez, where me, the victim, is having to calm him down because he is obviously very rattled by the questions, as he should be. No one should be rattled by the truth unless they're covering it. It is 12:18 p.m., Monday, January 25th. The basic preface of the call is that I will be being called back within the next week to schedule a meeting or to have a meeting set up with the chief and chief or something he said Booty and Staff Sergeant Detective Daddy I wish Teddy Gonzalez. Wow.
That concludes the calls from January 25th, 2016. It is now October 8th, 2016. To this date, have not received any photographs or anything that was promised or that was requested in any of those phone calls. It very rapidly turned into very clear and exposing that all of what I had the evidence of was true. That's all I needed. They don't have photos. They don't have tissue samples from the body that went off and got autopsied for LSU Faces Lab to even say that any body was Rogers. There's no pictures of anything. There's not even a death report. So when you shoot somebody and you murder everything they have and everything that they live for, that means the rest of my life is dedicated to everybody that had anything to do with it before, during, and their behavior afterwards.